All right, y'all. We are here wrapping up again the Brooklyn's Balance 2022 wrap up. And today I am wrapping it up with one of my peers. I am not sitting down with an artist, but I'm sitting down with somebody that we create the art, the content creators. And of course, one of the lovely females, since y'all always sit out here talk about Meekz ain't got no friends, that's a damn lie. All right? Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Dee Dee of Disrespectfully Drunk LLC. Make sure you tap in on Instagram. And like she said, she's my peer in podcasting. So I also have a podcast called Disrespectfully Drunk Podcast where we podcast and party. So follow me on Instagram, YouTube, and it'll be on other platforms soon.
So talk to me. What was the thought process behind the name, and when was this created? Because you've been out for a while, even though we've just met, but you've been out for a while.
Yeah.
So tell me the backstory on that.
Girl, listen. Okay, so I had Fred the Godson, like, hit me up for a drink one time. May he rest in peace. Mm-hmm. May he rest in peace. And from there, he posted me, which got me in contact with somebody named D-Tech. D-Tech was a mentor to me. And he basically was like, you need to get branded. You need to get branded. Your drinks are everywhere, and it has no name. Right. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to call it. So I was coming up with all types of stupid names. And I don't know. One day I was reflecting on somebody I once knew. And I remember how disrespectful they used to get when they would drink. It was literally a reflection. And I was like, that's the name. Disrespectfully Drunk. So I said it to myself like 3 times to see if it sounded right.
Make sure it clicked, yep.
Right. So I'm like, that sounds good. So I ran it past a few people. And some people was like, that sound bad. Like, why I gotta be disrespectful? I'm like, because the drink is strong, it's disrespectful. So when I ran it past D-Tech, he was like, yeah, that's fire. Now we just got to get you a logo. And, we went from there.
So what came first, the drinks or the podcast?
The drinks came first. Mm-hmm. The podcast came later when people wanted to, people wanted to talk to me. It was weird because I was just like, I'm regular, you know what I mean? But sometimes people view me differently, but it was like, okay, so let me just start this podcast because people were trying to get me to be a PR and a manager. And I'm like, that's not really me because I give information for free most of the time. Like, so it just didn't feel right if somebody called me and be like, hey, do you know such and such? And I'm like, yeah, you got to pay me $200 to get it.
I don't like people like that.
Right. So I started the podcast because I wanted to create a platform and I wanted to create my own lane. So that's where it started.
So I see when I went to the YouTube page, you had a lot of content from 4 years ago, and then there's a gap. What happened in that gap?
Within that gap, it was actually, I got pregnant. And
welcome to motherhood.
Thank you. I got pregnant and...
I can still welcome people. Shut up.
He said, you're not even a mother.
Like,
he's a hater the whole time. Listen. But, I was really skeptical about, leaving my daughter with anyone, especially because my daughter has Down syndrome. Right. So I was really like, because if somebody touch her, I'm going to kill him. This got to be the most dangerous job God ever gave me because it was just like, I was so, ready to die. Literally. So it was like, I'd rather stay home, take a break. And that's basically, then my grandmom was passing, so I went down south for a while to take care of her and my daughter. So it was just a lot that kind of made me have to put Disrespectfully Drunk to the back burner.
So now that you're back and better than ever, what is the basis of your podcast show? What is it that you guys mainly talk about? Because I've watched a couple of episodes. I was glad to be a part of 2. I was in the audience, and I was like, okay. It's
only been 2?
I've only been at 2.
I'd be like, you was at all of them.
No, I've been.
You was at all of them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been at 2. Well, your support feel like you was at all of them.
Right, listen, if I'm not there and I try not to, man, listen. Because there's days sometimes where, I feel like I can't show up for myself. So what do I look like showing up for somebody else? I have those moments. But I'm like, I support. And then once I realize hey, you know what? Get up out that funk. Maybe that'll help you feel a little bit better. You know what I mean? But no, I was at 2. I was at the one where you had, I'm probably going to slaughter her name. What was her name?
Lynn Hobson.
There you go. I was about to say Mariah. That was actually the first time I came there. And then the one for your birthday. And then that's why I was like, okay, I'm not going to lie. That was 2 different shows. I was like, okay, this is this. And then I was like, all right. And now we really partying. And then when I went back, I was like, all right, let me watch this. And I'm like, okay, yeah, Dee Dee going to get to it. I'm not going to lie. We probably opposites. I get on camera and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. No, I'll debate, but your sex talks, I've tried it one time. My table did it, but I wasn't with it. I wasn't with it. So what is like the origin, the basis, and like what is it that you want people to understand about your show?
It's for everybody. I don't have like a specific theme. I don't have, it's whatever I feel like, talking about. Sometimes something in life can happen and I might want to talk about that, or I might see. One thing about me too is I always like to shine a light on the underdogs. So a lot of the times people are scared to talk about their sexuality, and I have a lot of friends that are sex workers. Although I'm not, I still have friends that are, that I support and I love, and I really deal with heavy. So it's like, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let other people because to be honest, there's a lot of women who would love to explore that side. They just too scared to. And sometimes that's why they point a finger. Because me, I tell my friends all the time, like, I'm scared to do that shit. Like, I live through y'all. Like, but if I watch a porn, it might be that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But I'm not going to do it. Like, I might watch a threesome in porn, but I'm not going to do it. So I want to hear about your story. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it just be different things. I may talk about artistry. I may talk about sex. I also like to do a lot of people in the background. If you realize, like Lynn Hobson, she's more of a background person. She's a PR. A lot of times these are the people that's not getting any light, but they putting a lot of work in for these artists. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be interviewing the engineers. I want to be interviewing the managers. I want to be, and also having a good time in other instances. Like, I don't do anything outside of the box. I think that's why I love Disrespectfully Drunk so much, because I don't want to just be respectful. I don't want to just be in a box of what people think, a podcast is supposed to be, So I kind of just mashed it all together. So when people ask me, like, what is your podcast about? That's kind of hard to sum up.
So I'm going to say something. I want to make sure I'm saying it to our audience, because our audience is sitting right over there. Maybe 3.5 months ago, my editor and my co-host Zay is going 100% agree. A lot of people asked me, this particular person asked me, what is the purpose of your podcast? First thing I said was, I don't see my show as a podcast. Podcasting to me, from when I look it up on Google, because I'm very definitive, it's a series of clips and films and how you put it out there. But the show is not a podcast. Like, nowhere does it say Brooklyn's Balance, the podcast. It's just Brooklyn's Balance. Where we just have healthy debates, healthy conversations about things that it's like people don't talk about, or that they need a different perspective. I handle it in a podcast fashion where we're using a table. So
you have a talk show.
Yes, but this right now is the table talk, because we're interviewing. So this table fits an interview. Once you do couches, you're going into show motion. I still can't tell you what the purpose of my show is. I just know that whatever I do, I gotta give you both sides. I have to balance it out. I don't feel like I have a direct, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, one day if I want to get up there and do something, which
it's no lane,
we gonna do it. I gotta figure out how to adjust and throw the flair.
But that's what comes with being the boss. You just move how you move whenever you're ready to move, because it's yours. You know what I'm saying? And I actually like that question. Like, what's your purpose in doing it? My purpose is I have 2 purposes in doing my podcast. I have one because I want to grow, right? I want to grow. I want to be this major thing. Not I want to be, I know I'm going to be. A major platform where everybody is flocking to at one day. But also, my biggest goal is, it's so many other people that I can shine a light on. It's like one hand wash the other. You push me up to grow, but I'm pulling you up to grow as well. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I created to where I want it to be a space where celebrities are in reach. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can stand next to a celebrity and feel comfortable to talk to them. They not in no roped off section. Ew, don't touch me. You know, you're networking. You taking pictures for your platform, whatever the case may be. I want it to be something where everybody grow. We make money. That's why I turned it into an event.
Right.
Because to be honest, even when I throw parties, y'all leave out with more than me because I gotta freaking pay for the venue space.
You gotta pay the photographer, the DJ,
the entertainment, everything. But at the end of the day, everybody come make some money, come do what you gotta do, depending on how much I gotta pay. Yeah, I might have to charge a vendor's fee, but if I don't have to, I'm not. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just want it to be something where everybody can eat because I know, for one, I want people to stick with me. You know what I'm saying? And I know that through this journey, it's a lot of people that's going to fall off. Like they say, everybody not meant to come. It's a season for everybody, you know, but I would like to not be at the top alone. Like that, I would like to look around and be like, damn, all of us, we made this shit.
That's,
you know what I'm
one
saying?
of my biggest fears. So I started off, if you've ever taken a look at my show, with the team, my friends, my bestest of friends. It's just me and you now. I'm sitting here talking to you. So when I go through that, I've started to move like, nah, if I got to get it done, I got to get it done. And I feel like in the past 6 months, I've gotten way more done by myself than without them. Because sometimes when you have a team, the team ain't teaming. And sometimes I just hate when you try to put together a business plan with people and they don't see the vision. Or they talk about, where's the money and what's this and what's that and why are you doing it? I'll take a $3,000 loss knowing that I still got people following me. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather just be like, okay, how do I do that? And I'm one of them people, I won't ask you for help.
Excuse me, that 3,000 gonna come right back.
And it came back.
It come right back.
I'm meeting people. I have to thank you because a lot of people who, I can't say networking because I hate sometimes networking because I feel like people not doing it properly. I have made friends with a lot of people that I've met at your show. I didn't even realize being in the room with you. I didn't realize half of them were celebrities. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It wasn't until I got home and was like, the fuck? Who was that I just met? And then it's like, oh, okay. And we have, like, I like stuff like that. I don't like stuff that feel like work.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I don't want nobody around me with their nose stuck up. I'm going to keep it a buck. Like, I'm one of the most down-to-earth people. It's sometimes where it might look like, because some people will tell me I look like I'm unapproachable. And I don't know why. I think when I have my resting bitch face, then it's like, okay, you know, I got my smile lines and shit, so people be like, she mean. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really, once I open my mouth, it's like, oh, nah, you mad cool. But it's like, for the most part, I don't want people around me that's like always stuck up or can't never come down. Right. Now I understand we in a business where we have to have an image. You get what I'm saying? Image is everything. Right. But also, we have to be approachable for people to want to work with us, to exchange business, things of that nature. We're all getting it in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
But a lot of those people you're talking about, they got fired from businesses.
That's how
I feel. A lot of people who start businesses is, y'all was people who weren't good workers. You never showed up on time. You didn't have good work ethic. So you see certain things and you just see it as a using opportunity because you got fired. So they don't know how to deal with having a business because they couldn't even handle working in the business. I agree on being a worker before you could go in and be a leader. And then after you the leader, then I see you being the boss. You get what I'm saying? You still gotta be a worker.
Even as a leader, I still go in and work.
You supposed to.
Every job I had, I always respected the bosses that came in and picked up a broom. Right. Or picked up, put paper in the printer or whatever it may have been. You get what I'm saying? Like, I've always respected those bosses the most. So that's the type of boss I always wanted to be. Like, even when it was at one point, it slowed down recently because of motherhood. But prior to motherhood, I had 7 employees. I had them all across New York and New Jersey. And anytime they needed anything, I was right there. It was never, this your job, you do it. Right. I'm paying you for it. Okay, you need me to help you sell it? Okay, and you still getting your percentage, you were still getting your, like, you always got to come off your high horse at some point. You know what I mean? Like, me personally, I just don't believe in it. But everybody have their own, you get what I'm saying? I ain't knocking nobody. If you bougie, be bougie.
I'm Bougetto.
Just be nice.
How do you feel about females? Do you feel like you have a lot of female supporters or a lot of female peers in your media journey? Mm-hmm. You do?
I do.
I don't feel like I do.
I do.
I don't feel like I do.
I do, though. Okay. Oh, that's something I wanted to touch on, but I wanted you to finish your statement first. You said you don't like to use the term network and you much rather use friends, right? I can't
be cool with you until I feel like we have some type of ship, because that allows me to get to know you, your work ethic, your integrity, your morals. Mm-hmm. I agree with sometimes jumping in with, all right, I'll jump into business with somebody. But I find that when I've done that a lot, I'm doing it based off of a look. And when you see, it looks like they got all their shit together and they ain't got all their shit together. But I would have known that if I would have taken the chance to get to know them.
It's true. What I've had to learn was, for one, we have to use the term networking, because that's what we're doing. Right. We're just creating a stream of different ways, a web of different people that some people going to fall out of the web, some people we going to keep in contact with, whatever. But then we grow friendships, right? Mm-hmm. That sometimes, but some things we have to leave as business ships, because all friendships aren't going to be genuine, because sometimes people just think that it's whatever you have to offer them, so they attach themselves to you, you know? So don't say you don't like the term networking, or you can even say that, but just what I've learned in my journey is to just use the word friend, not as loosely. Right. We have to start normalizing the term associate, and we have to start normalizing the term, business partner, right? And not, this is my friend, I need to sit on the phone and talk about you. And that's something I'm learning right now, like in this moment I'm learning it. Okay. So
I feel like when you set certain boundaries, so I have no issue with networking. I just think that once I start to talk to you, if the first words that come out your mouth is using, then you're not networking. Mm-hmm. So therefore, why am I sitting here talking with you? I think that people misuse the term networking, and we spoke about it with LB and D Dave, where you could tell there's a big disconnect, where it's me getting your contact is us networking. No, that's you creating a line of contact. Networking is the following up and what happens after that. When it comes to networking, just like when you work in these big corporations, they're sitting down, they're going on business meetings, they're having business lunches. That's when they're deciding those big contracts where they're making those friendships. But they're just grabbing that information to then go, I will cut this person a deal. I remember this person, that person. That's how I handle it. I could be like, yo, I love Dee Dee, but I'm not too big on disrespectfully drunk. That does not mean that, okay, we're going to put two things together. We can go work on other things together. But that's me knowing and understanding certain things. So I feel like I take a little bit more in. Now, you probably don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to bring it up subtly. I find that when you work with a lot of people, or you meet a lot of people, or we so-called network the way that people are networking, you find that people are there to be leeches and they steal ideas from you. How do you feel about that? Because, like, I feel like you said it. That was the Ricky Lake. I said, now we're going to throw out the bullshit. I feel like we both said it at some points. And then we were talking about different situations where it was just like, imitation is not a form of flattery.
You know what? I was talking to Shice Bubs last night. And we had a long conversation. And, as stated, it's nothing new under the sun. Right. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, anything you do, somebody is liable to copy it. Right. Especially if they see it's doing good. The best thing that I could do is just continue to do me. And let other people continue to do them. Right. And I wish everybody the best. Right. But for me, when it comes to business, it's not always what you do, it's how you do it. Right. Especially if we have a relationship. Now, it's a difference in, that's like if you be like, girl, I want this red wig with curls in it and da-da-da. And then you see me with the wig first, you're going to be like, well, bitch, like, you get what I'm saying? So when you express your ideas to your friends, right, you don't expect them to turn around and try to, underhand you. But it do happen in life, whether it's friends, whether it's not, whatever. Right. The way I handle it is, like I said, I just keep going. Right. Like they say, in a way you can say, to be imitated is flattering because it should keep you motivated to keep going. You know what I mean?
Stealing is stealing. That's how I hear you, but the Gemini in me got to vent first.
It's a fact. If I leave my purse open and you take 50 out of it,
like you stealing. Like I don't care.
And your shit got the same serial number my 50 had.
Like
you stole that shit.
Like
that shit is a duplicate.
I hear you. That's the balance in me.
That's the grown. I be trying to be grown because I gotta mature. And at some point, I can't look at things that way because then it just make me brew in those feelings. Mm. You get what I'm saying? And I try not to.
But it's how you brew. I'm a brewer, and I now come up with the most. No, I come up with the most pettiest shit. That's my creative process right there. I'm driven by, you stole my idea? I got you. Watch what the hell we about to do now. And I'm going to bring you up in the next episode while I'm doing it. Shout out to the person who took my plan, now we up to this, catch up, and I'm going to move better.
I feel like this. At the end of the day, I'm not. Mm-hmm. Like, even me talking about this right now,
I'll be that for you. Don't worry, I got us.
It's not, me talking about it right now is not even really that important to me because it's like, I move past it. I move on from it. At this point, I know what my goal is, my journey is. No matter how many times it's imitated, duplicated, whatever. Even down to the point of me stepping back from Disrespectfully Drunk for 3 years, right? And I left for 3 years. So many people could have came up and took Disrespectfully Drunk. Not to be funny, but like, it hasn't happened yet, and I hate to say it, but once I came back, I was still one of the top requested. Now, granted, I can't move like I used to move because I'm a mama now, but I still was one of the top requested, you know? I still could get out here and have employees for me. I could still, so it's like, and I'm not saying nobody else could do it, but what I'm saying is that my grind and my vision is never going to stop no matter what somebody else is doing. I'm going to always come out on top for me. Right. Whatever goal mine is, not what your goal is. It's not me being in competition with nobody. It's me being better than I was yesterday, whatever business plan I had yesterday. So, yeah, me being emotional with certain things, then, because when I have a friend, that's why I say I have to stop calling everybody my friend. Because when I have a friend, I take it very seriously. Like,
we in a death row contract. I don't play that.
You feel me?
I don't play that.
So
you can look over here all you want.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, literally, we could argue, and I'm gonna blow your phone up like you my boyfriend. Like, bitch, I know you're not.
I'm pulling
but
up.
my friend,
I'm in front of the crib.
Right, with the baby in a headlock. Come outside. You my daughter, guy. Like, me and my best friend, we would be arguing. I would be at her house. She had kids before me. Mm-hmm. I would be at her house. Let me see my goddaughter. Mm-hmm. Like, you get what I'm saying? When you my friend, I take it serious. Yeah. And you might even say, I put myself on the line for my friends when it comes to, I'll put my pride to the side, my ego to the side, because I want to make my friendships right. So when a friend do something to me, the emotional part of me might take over initially. I'm not going to lie. That's where the petty posts and bullshit that probably shouldn't have happened happens, right? But then, after that, that's when the determination, the empowerment, the fuck that. Can I curse?
Yes.
The fuck that shit.
We're not getting blocked no more. I'm leaving it out on IG. But go ahead.
Like, that's when all that start kicking in. And that's when I start to be like, you know what? It's time for me to go hard for me. Because at this point, sometimes, I hate to say it, but it'd be like, damn, you can't really trust nobody. Because a lot of people that I started with ain't really here no more. At least when it come to Disrespectfully Drunk, I have a few. But I started with a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people. Like, it was a lot of people that used to run up to me and scream they love me and da-da-da-da. That love don't be real. And I used to believe it was. You get what I'm saying? Because you came out your pocket for $20, da-da-da-da.
Right.
Oh, okay. Every time you see me, you buy a drink, you my bestie. Like, no, that's not how it works.
At all.
That is not how it works. A lot of the times, these people want something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. You also use something saying about being misused. Me personally, I don't mind being used. I'm gonna use you for something. You're gonna use me for something. It's bartering, right? That's what it is.
But I feel using and utilizing.
And utilize me, right? Don't misuse me. That's it.
I'm big on verbiage. If you come to me, it was like, I'm gonna use you, and you can hold it right there. Utilize, because using means I'm gonna take you for all that you got. Utilize is, hey, Dee Dee, I got this and that going on. What do you think about this? Or I've never tapped into that. How would you do that? That's a utilization.
Exactly.
That's why you gotta speak to me with the right words, because like I say, your introduction, your words is everything. Because me, I don't care if people say your astrology don't mean, to me it do, because I've met different walks of life of different people, and I got a psychology degree.
I gotta start understanding.
So I be sitting there like it's how you talk to me. Once I hear, I'm like, I'm not fucking with you. You could be an amazing person, but it was how you said your that terminology word, where it was like utilize. Networking, I'm like, no, I get what we doing is networking, but that's not what you're doing. I'm watching you not do that. You, for example, somebody who, my homeboy, apparently reaching out to 2-3 other people who I have taken the time to network with. I have came out, and I'm just like, how you hitting them up and you ain't even meet them? I don't care. You could get up there and go speak. It doesn't bother me. I'm petty though. I'm gonna pull up under your post. Shout out to my connection, because I see what you're doing. Because I play a lot into that. It's just give the credit where the credit is due.
It's due.
That's all I'm asking.
That's it.
You may not like how I came out and said it, but you're not about to do that to me, because look at what you just did.
Exactly.
Every action causes a reaction.
Exactly.
So that's a big thing for me. So as far as what's going on so there's two differences. There's Disrespectfully Drunk, which is your drink, and there's Disrespectfully Drunk, the podcast. Is it the two different logos? Like the one with the guy and the girl, that's the podcast logo, and then the one with the flask is the drinks, or are we?
Actually, I'm thinking to just cancel out the one with the guy and the girl. Okay. I kind of just want to keep my logo across the board. I love my logo.
Yes, I like
it.
That.
It stands out. I think it's something so many people, I could run up down the streets and people would be like, oh, I seen that before. My mama had those drinks before. People know the Disrespectfully Drunk logo. Right. So I'm thinking I'm just going to use that all around.
Gotcha.
So
when you started making drinks, I'm going to ask you, because I did this on my pop-up shop episode. Are you a licensed bartender?
No.
So you followed
I never was a bartender ever.
Would you ever go into that route?
Would. To better my craft, I always say I'm gonna go to school to be a bartender.
Right.
That's simply because it's certain things and techniques that I don't know.
I'll go with you. I'm licensed, but my license expired. Okay. So when you go, we'll go. It's literally 2 days. It's not.
Let me tell you something. I was a street hustler. I hustled everything. I sold water to wells, literally, okay? So when I started making drinks, it was because I seen the money that it was capable of doing and generating. And it wasn't jail time.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It was a ticket. So it was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And I was working 2 jobs. I said I would never do that, ever. Listen. I'm hood bougie, so certain things I won't do, but it's a lot of things I will. But it's certain things that I be like ill to, 2 jobs. That's slavery. So I did that for all of 2 months. I done left these people in the house by themselves. I was supposed to.
We're gonna let that one go.
We're gonna let that go.
Do you drink? We're gonna put out a fun fact about both of us. Do you drink?
No, I do not drink. I do not drink.
And what was the slogan that we said 2 weeks ago about both of us? Because you don't drink.
I don't remember yesterday.
I'm going to tell you. You don't drink, and I make cakes and have tapped into edibles, which I call gourmet edibles. Never get high off your own supply. Dee Dee don't drink, and she got disrespectfully drunk. And then I have something extra because sex sells, and we have Queen Can of Sugar. And I can't tell you what half of these things taste but I know they be busted because people come back.
Exactly.
You feel me? So
Pretty
when
much.
it comes to that craft, how are you able to perfect it? Because you don't drink. You don't drink, but do you take a little sippy sip?
No. I drink from time to time. regular drinks. I would never kill myself with a disrespectfully drunk drink.
That's crazy. That's what
I cannot handle it. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. I cannot handle a disrespectfully drunk drink. It's too strong. I'm not that lit, and I don't drink often. So when I drink, it gotta have a lot of mixer in it. Now I may make it, but I know how to make my drink. It's not a disrespectfully drunk drink. It's a regular Kenya drink. That's my real name. It's a regular Kenya drink. Okay?
Not the Kenya. So where the hell we get Dee Dee from?
Disrespectfully drunk.
Yo, I'm always getting something I learned. D Dave, the first D stand for Donald. He gonna kill me. This is the third episode I brought it up in. I don't give a damn. Yeah. Like, I'm always getting that from people. That's crazy.
Like, I didn't create that though. Mm-hmm. Like, when I first came to the game, I was Kenya. That's what people knew me as. Mm-hmm. I was a regular street you look like a Kenya now that I look at it. You feel what I'm saying? That works. My mother was gonna name me Fatima. I'm like, thank you for not. I don't look like
about that. Look, you looking a little harder, right?
I can look like a Kenya. I got the Kenya nose and everything. Let's get it.
No, I can't stand her.
So, however, I came in as Kenya, mm-hmm. but people didn't know my name. They would call me the drink lady. Uh-huh. They would call me disrespectfully drunk, and then people started saying like, disrespectfully drunk is really long. Like, what's your name? And I would tell them, and they would never remember my name. I'd be like, my name is Kenya. They'd be like, the drink lady. Da-da-da. So eventually, somebody was like, I'm just gonna start calling. But she was like real dominant in the industry. So she was like, I'm gonna start calling you Dee Dee. Mm-hmm. So she was introducing me to a whole bunch of people, and she Dee Dee, and somehow it was like, you're Dee Dee, and I'm like, people would call me Dee, and I wouldn't even turn around at one point. Like,
that explains it.
Who is Dee Dee?
I did that one day. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, you was like, but then again, maybe I
have to think about it sometimes because it's not my name. You know what I'm saying? So I have to think it's time. I'm getting used to it now,
right?
But for a long time, I had to really think about it. Like, oh, that's me. What's up?
Right. How did you find your engineers?
So actually, somebody introduced me to the studio that I was in. Actually, somebody that I was cool with. They introduced. You put
your phone down like that. I got you.
They introduced me into the engineers, and the studio. And the studio came with the engineer.
Right.
Everybody else was already basically a part of my team. Like I have probably about 5 different engineers and photographers and videographers, but my main engineer is from the studio that I'm at, and that's because that's what I started with. So I keep him. I'm big on trying to keep the people I start with, no matter who I know. But everybody else kind of just jump on board, and they just show me love. So some people I was never meeting, they would just be in my DM. Like at one, I was hacked at 15,000, so I put in a lot of work at one point. So a lot of people respected it and would, and I always provided different platforms.
Right.
So they would come and be a part of it, and they basically stuck with me. So when I started back, they jumped on board.
How do you feel? I felt like I asked this, but I felt like you answered it. A lot of females. I've seen that you worked. My biggest thing is I'm finding out a lot of people are telling me to not have business relationships with people who are in the same field as you, because then you run into the cattiness, or this person is building off of you, that person is building off of you. I know that you already kind of touched on that already. I do know a lot of people, but I do find a lot of females are not trying to help. I find I get a lot more support from the guys. Like, I get more guys that's like, yo, I got you for this, I got you for that. They put me in rooms that I'm like, this not even my purpose. Why am I here? But I was like, I'll figure it out and find it. So once I got with you, I was like, okay, so maybe I might gotta stop, putting that stigma on every female. I'm not gonna lie, it took me probably like 30 people to get to you. I don't even remember how we met. I just know you probably requested me somewhere on Facebook. I was like, who is this?
I request everybody. That's how I get my name out. I don't care who you are, I'm gonna request you. And I usually request pretty women.
Oh, thank you. So probably one of my wig pictures.
I request all the pretty women. I request all the men. Like, I just request everybody. I request, everybody, even not pretty women. But when I see a pretty woman, I go for them the most. Not the, I fish them out. I'm a predator. No, but I I love pretty women. I'm not, I'm not part of the LGBTQ. I don't want to say nothing wrong. But, I love pretty women. I appreciate other beautiful women. That's why a lot of people stick by. Like, I get real female support because I really support females. Like, I'm posting your shit. I'm showing your shit love. I'm commenting under everybody's shit. Half the people I show love to don't even show the same love back to me, but I still do it. Like, I don't complain about it. I don't give a damn. No, now if you're not following me, I will unfollow you back. I will say that.
I'm like, bye.
After a while, I'ma look because you don't never respond. You never show the love back to me. I'ma look to see, like, oh, you still follow me? Okay. And depending on how long you ain't showing me no love, I might unfollow you. I ain't gonna lie, I got a little bit of pettiness in me. Let me not act like I'm perfect. I'm not perfect.
So, okay, I'm sorry.
No, but I believe that women can support each other and we can be genuine about it. I got a lot of shit with men just like I had with women. So I can't be like only women. Cause it's a lot of bitch ass niggas out here. Like, if I gotta be honest, these niggas move like women nowadays. Like, they don't keep a secret. They don't, like, they be in competition with you just like the women. They they probably want to lace front just like you too. So you can't really just be like, oh, women don't support, because I've had a lot of women that literally call me like, yo, Dee Dee, pull up. It's a, it's a concert right here. They don't have no drinks. You're going to make $1,000 right now. I'm like, for real? Throwing mad drinks in my cooler. Like, go away. Like, tell them don't leave. Like, you know what I mean? So,
right.
But I've had men who's done the same thing. Don't get me wrong. But as far as your question when it comes to women, I've had women that really held it down for me. Some of my coolest associates in this industry are women that I can really be like, damn, they ain't never.
So I'm in the wrong woman room. I'm one of those people that says that sometimes you could be in the wrong room. I tell my guy friends that sometimes y'all in the wrong room when you're looking for certain women, because they're not all the same. So I might be in the wrong room, or it might just be that those people was there for a season and I keep trying to put the backpack on and bring them with me.
You know what? That's the thing. We have to decipher on who was really for us, with us, and against us. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and say every woman is, listen, these bitches is trifling. Don't think that all these women got the best intention for you. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is there are some of us who do want the best for you. Like, even if we have nothing to do with it, we don't have nothing to gain from it.
Right.
We still want the best for you. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you around the wrong women. Me personally, I like and I can't say this is always the right way to go about it.
Right.
I like to deal with women that got their own shit. I got my homegirl just texted me the other day, and she just was like, yo, Dee Dee, she actually said Kenya. She never remembered my real name. She was like, yo, Kenya, I really appreciate you, because when I was down bad, she said, you, with a straight face, you told me, like, yo, what you gonna do with yourself? Because I don't fuck with bitches that don't got nothing going on. And I mean that. Like, I don't like, because you gonna make me lazy. Like, damn, I'm gonna call out too. I'm coming. No, I want somebody that's gonna be like, no, bitch, get your ass up. Go. You get what I'm saying? And we need to be able to be that for each other. So if I don't got nothing to push you toward, then what we doing?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That means you ain't gonna push me, because you ain't gonna want to see me doing better than you. Right. And that's just a fact. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, me personally, I like to deal with women that got something going for themselves. They don't give a fuck about what no other bitch got going on. Most of my friends is married, so I ain't got shit that they got to hate on. I ain't even got a nigga. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, I like people with business.
Right.
Typically, people without business is the people that hate you, but that's not always true.
Right.
Because you also have people who have everything but still hate how people love you or respect you, or people will hate you for the smallest things. We can never decipher who is
at all.
But what I will say is I get love from everybody and I appreciate it, but I try to show, even when people, you know what, I'm not a bitch either. I can be.
Right.
But I'm not a bitch. Like, you could be a bitch to me, and I may try to break that wall down. Like, you're going to be like, let me be nice to this girl because she just keep talking to me. You get, so after a while, people be like, I fuck with her. Like, she really, you get, like, I've walked in rooms where people don't want to talk to me, and I be like, so you drink? What's your Instagram?
Like, I'm gonna make you talk to
I'm
me.
annoying.
We're gonna figure it out.
I'm the annoying friend. Once anybody become a part of me, I will text you one word at a time, bitch. What you doing today?
Oh, Lord.
So people are gonna be like, you know what? I fuck with this girl.
Right?
So I guess it's just, you just sometimes gotta open up, and sometimes when we run into things, we gotta ask ourselves. And this is not necessarily always you,
right.
but we gotta take accountability. Like, what energy am I? Right. Giving out there right. that people don't want to support me or people right. don't, and maybe we could change it because I had to. You know what I mean? It's certain times where I'm from the streets. You get what I'm saying? So it's certain times where I was either too bullyish, too quiet, too something like I was always too something for somebody.
Right.
And we never gonna be enough for everybody.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But once you be you and you shine through that and you show your like better side.
Right.
People, cause
you all right? I'm like,
on a drink. Let me save you.
He felt that because he felt it resonates with me. But I've been me for years, and I feel like I know how to adjust. But I'm not finna change because I have a solid circle of 14, 15 people around me, and when we all walk in, we like that together. But I'm the sweetest person. I will, you feel me? But if you horrible, I'm going to tell you about yourself. What the fuck is you doing? And I feel like I keep that the same with everybody because I have a heavy retail management background, and you have to come in same day with the same attitude. You can't come in happy, sad one day. It needs to be the same so everybody can understand that. And I grew up around tough love, and I'm the oldest sibling. So I'm always going to come down to you and talk to you like a father figure or a mother figure, but you got to understand that when you talk to me, it's nothing but love for me. That's just how I talk. But the last thing I want to bring up, because if Rich Wave hits hands one more time, do you feel like us being in this media industry, that we have to upkeep a certain look? Because I'll be honest with you, when I do a lot of my episodes, I'm getting dressed up prim and proper, but let me tell you something. I want to come outside with my 2 pigtails, sweatpants, maybe a tank top, and go ahead. Do you feel like we have to do that?
Yes.
So I gotta buy 4 more wigs.
Unfortunately, we do.
All right, go ahead.
Let me tell you. I've had so many people, D-Tech from Convict Music, so many different people. I'm a sweatpants girl. Like, I love my sweatpants, my hoodies, my baggy shirts. I could wear that every day if I could. I wear my hair in a bun on the top, look 12 years old. Only time I look grown when I got a weave in. And like they would be telling me like, yo, you gotta keep your appearance. So like I'll be going to meet up with them looking crazy. They be like, yo, how you know I ain't have somebody with me that want to do business? They see you and now they like, I don't trust this person because of your appearance.
But
but it's like I'm comfortable. I'm coming out with the lashes, but they tell you, unfortunately, your first impression isn't what you say; it's how you look.
Right. You
know what I'm saying? And we have to keep that in mind when we step out because not only are we somebody, we're trying to grow to be somebody bigger.
Right.
And when we think about it, the people that's in the brightest lights, you're not really going to see them stepping out and they not on point. You get what I'm saying? So every time we step out the house, we got to think this may be the day I run into Jay-Z.
Right.
This may be, I say Jay-Z because he is my favorite rapper. And they got
have fun with that.
I'm
not big on it.
But however, this already is damaging the friendship. However, see, that's why we gotta use this friend term. My associate Mika.
Niggas say, who put that song out? Nas. I ain't gonna say it, but go ahead. But listen, cause Rich, we gonna have to save this discussion for another day when we sit down and probably do some type of girl talk. But tell them what you got coming up so we can move on. February 11th.
Yes, February 11th. I have my podcasting party as per usual. It will be in Queens on Murdoch Avenue. If you follow my page, Disrespectfully Drunk LLC or Disrespectfully Drunk Podcast, you will see it on Instagram. It's lit. We have a BDSM edition. You come in with your dopest, littest BDSM gear and you win a free prize. We're not going to tell you until you get there.
Buck Madoff, if you see this, I'm going to tag you in this. This what you like. Pull up.
It's lit. So many people, you be surprised how many people are so interested in this BDSM lifestyle.
I ain't got it for them.
They just nervous. They don't want to talk about it. They scared. They don't want to be judged. Different reasons, but I'm here to bring it out of them. It's not my thing. I like my nipples, my body parts in place.
I can't deal with her. All right, y'all. Yeah. Thank y'all for this Brooklyn's Balance.
I do want to know.
2022 wrap up. Brooklyn's Balance, Meekz, and Dee Dee's Disrespectfully Drunk. Yes. We are out.
We out with this good ass lemonade.